be ringing. And Gregory.
Yeah, well, here we are, trying to leave out of the camp, about 8:15 in the morning. As you can see, the fog is thick as pea soup. I guess it's in the 50s. I don't know. It doesn't seem extremely cold, but it's going to be cold going across the lake. Let's see if I can zero in. I'm standing at the foot of the steps of the camp. You see how close we are. Yeah, somebody out there in the lake saying we couldn't see them if we did. So, I guess maybe we're talking about the fish. And walk out here. The guys are putting a big plastic piece of visqueen in the bottom of the boat so that the fish line won't nasty up the carpet in the boat. The blue cats are particularly on the slimy side, and they really make a mess. Of course, the boat still has to be washed out, but he can make it 2 days if he uses the plastic. Oops, there's the post. The post was hung so they could skin the catfish. Let's see, I'm a little close and then back off a little. This is Bill Dance. He was named that from his Indian tribe because he used to be called dances with fish. What? Oh, that's nice. What was that? What is? Explain what the fish is. It's a chinky pin. Why does the fish stink? Hmm? Why does the fish stink? Huh? Why? They died? Oh, well. That was some of the bait fish that they didn't hang out yesterday. What was that? I couldn't see. Oh. That was a good-sized one? Whoops. Now we had Greg's fly there.
Greg, in the freezer, get one of those,
Well, I'll pause here a moment.
ice things.
Till we get organized. How about?
It's recording. Hit it. Hit your thumb.
Oops. Well, we can't see much of anything. Oh, no wonder I got the back on. Okay. I thought we were in thick fog there for a minute. I had the lens cap cover on. We're in the boat. You can hear the roar of the motor. You can tell we can see nothing. Fortunately, Bill knows where the channels are and where the stumps are. Of course, he won't avoid the stumps because that's where he ties his hooks for the fish. I'll be back when we find a stump. Oops, hold on here. We're pulling up to a stump here in this blinding fog. Bill said he's never seen the lake so calm. I told him it's because he's the only idiot out here rippling the water. Have absolutely no idea where we're going, where we've been, or how we're going to find our way back. Bill says, no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
I found the stump, didn't I?
Except, Greg, you make a good door here. Nobody can see what we're doing here. We're trying to approach these stumps. You see the line? He uses, it's still got the live fish on it, so nothing fished it in the night. We really should have started this film today as we're catching the live bait and then film the process of tying the hooks out and then running them, which we may still do. But just to see what we can get here, we're trying it this way. Greg and Bill came down yesterday afternoon and fished and caught a whole bunch in a short period of time. Okay, can you see the line? There's something swimming. Okay.
Don't make it flat, Greg.
See? We're going to kind of tire them out. And we got us a fish here. It looks like a blue cat. He's a little one. He's probably, what, 18, 15? I think. Hear him? Can you hear the sound he makes? I said they should call them dogfish because they bark. Greg, your knees right in the way here.
Third hook, we got one.
Third hook. How many hooks do we have out here?
52.
Oops, I'm on the wrong way. I'm not real efficient here. Well, I'm not getting much. There's, yeah, see, every fish calls for a cigarette here. You notice he
Coffee and a beer.
Yeah, well, the beer comes later. He cuts the boat. When he comes up and he thinks he's got a fish, he cuts the motor so it doesn't startle the fish. Okay, well, we'll go on to another. How close are we to the next one? Real close. He'll just, and how he remembers which ones he ties on is beyond me. I don't know. But he's been doing it for years. Okay, now we can see Greg's rear end. Cute butt though, isn't it? Anything? No? If there's a live fish, we just leave it out since we're going to be here tonight too. If we were going to go, did you moan? Gregory? Chip off the old block, just like his father. What do we got here? Oh, okay, well, we got a lot of live bait. That's unusual. Usually they're gone at least. I said if we were not going to stay another night and fish, he would just take the live fish off the hook and throw it back and it'll swim off because the place that he pierces the fish's body with the hook doesn't hit any vital organs, and they'll survive. The hole will mend over and we can catch them again another day. Matter of fact, Bill has caught fish that had holes in them that he knows were some that he turned loose. Oh, we're bumping here. On top. Oops. Whoops. What was that all about? I said, we'll really have to do this when the sun is out and you can see these stumps better. Greg has really gotten into this. He's real good at all aspects of it, especially catching the live fish. I've hit this date on this thing here, and I'm not sure. You can see, 8/29, October. I guess you wouldn't be out in a boat on this date in October in New York State without a blizzard-proof suit, probably. It's supposed to be in the 70s today. Rain tonight. And be a little cooler tomorrow. I think maybe only 60 or something. Oh, we got one. Oh, we cut the motor. Oh, don't let them pull you. Hey, let's not all lean on this side of the boat, please. Well, my angle's not real good here. I'm afraid to. Greg, can you move back some? Well, it's a good one, he said, but we can't see it because of Greg, who's going to be here to help hoist him in, I guess. Sometimes they get real tangled up. When you tie on what looks like a stump, it could be part of a, see how this was a floating log? You see how that's what he actually tied to. But sometimes they have limbs way down under that you can't see, and the fish will get wrapped around in there. And you have a heck of a time. Sometimes you just break the line, lose the fish. Why don't we just put the log in the boat? We've done that before. Not quite that big. Is he wrapped up or what? Greg, you're going to fall over there, son. Whoops. Oh, that's the weight. Can you see the weight? He brings the weight up. Is he that big or is he tangled? Oh, we don't have a fish. Oh, okay. We don't have a fish. Oops, false alarm. Evidently we had one maybe. snagged it up, tangled it up. Well, like I said, not much to see here but the fog. Captain Bill up there, you notice his boat is rigged with stick steering purposely for maneuverability. Works much better than steering wheels. You push the stick forward or backwards and so on. He really can maneuver this boat though. He can back it up, turn it around, cut figure eights and what have you among these stumps. Yeah. We hit a few now and then. Oh, we got us what we got there.
This is just ramp.
Oh, did you see that? Whoa, I'm gonna look. We got a little water on our lens here, folks. But that's God. Sorry about losing the camera, but I'm trying to charge it. Whoa, this one here's pissed off. He's flopping around in the boat.
Get the hook.
With the gaff hook? Sorry. I'm grabbing the table, so it's close here with my ankle. Sorry, folks. Need me to move? Sometimes they use this hook here. They catch them in the jawbone. Get off me. Where is the sucker? There he is. Can we move him up? I'm moving to the front of the boat. Boy, he's probably, what, 30, 35 pounds? You move him forward a little bit. My camera angle here is kind of, maybe you can hold him up or something. Oh, they're going to get the lines wrapped? Yeah, just a minute. We'll try to, God, dog, his tail is back here on my foot. God. Could you move him forward, Greg? So I can, so we move him? I'm not getting an angle of him at all. Greg?
What?
And what, I can't get it. Huh? Yeah, if you can see, he's got, where my foot is here. That mark, he's evidently scraped himself on the stump in the night. Now these fish will stay alive, as you can see, they're very much alive. They flop around, and they'll stay alive in the boat for quite some time as long as you keep them cool and moist. Sometimes in the summer when it's so very hot, and we catch even in the morning time, we'll use a moist burlap cloth to put over them and keep constantly putting water on them. But the idea is to keep them alive until you're ready to clean them, because if they die, the blood goes into the meat and it's not any good. So we might get some of the gory scene of cleaning these things too. It's like I guess dressing a hog or whatever. You cut the, well, I don't guess you cut a pig's tail off, but you cut these tails off and let them bleed at first. And they'll still squirm after their hides are off. It's pretty gross. Let's see, we're coming up to another one here. Nothing? I said, when he's caught so many out here at this lake, we can't possibly use the meat, of course, and if we knew anybody that could, we'd give it to them. Of course, we don't want to spend all our time cleaning them to give it away. They can have them and clean them themselves, but he turns a lot of them free again. He gives some of them to people who do want them. No, looks like it's got a little bait fish still swimming on it. Let me take a little break here. Okay, we've just pulled up to another stump. We've passed several that didn't have anything. This one, as you can see, has a fish. It's another 15-pounder, I guess. So, you can see the colors, what they call blue cats, because they have a blue-gray color to them. They're good eating, but we prefer the yellow cats, which seem to be more difficult to catch here. They have a yellow spotted look to them. Here, barking. Speak to the microphone, fish. Speak up. What do you have to say about this? Okay. You won't do that again, will you? Hey, we've just come across the lake and we've just pulled up to another stump and it appears we have something.
We caught a fish off this stump last week. He is hung and he is long.
Oh, he's long and he's hung. Sounds like somebody I'd want to meet. Except he probably has too many whiskers.
This side's the tail. It tails like
That's
that, Bob.
his tail. He's blue though, huh? Is it a blue cat? You think it's an owl? No. Alpaloosis or op is another name for a yellow spotted cat. What are we doing here? I'm not getting much. No, boat's wiggling around.
Got it?
Yeah. So they untied the line from the stump. Baldwin gets Greg's back here, and they'll probably tie the line to the boat so they can get some more maneuverability. He evidently is hung up. Can't see the line. On gets Greg here. Greg, can you move back?
I can't.
Oh, you're holding the stump. Sorry about that. Well, stand up, I'll probably fall down in fish line here. Ooh, just came across that water and it was freezing. I forgot my hooded sweatshirt. Oh, girl's pulling up. Ah, there he is. Oh, I'll take a little bath there. He's not so big. He's just kind of long. Whoa, right. Fish fight is right. All right. They can't take a joke. They don't like those big hooks in their mouth.
Pull it back.
Oops. What would he do? Get in the bucket?
Pull it back and then I'll tie it.
Great shot there. Reminds me of a song. Moon River. What are you doing? Slapping the fish? I'll get the hook out.
Pull it in, he'll come out.
He's barking. Can't tell. It's so foggy out here, I can't tell if I've got fog on the lens or not. Is my lens fogged over? I don't know. You see it? It's so foggy out here. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hook out of his mouth. Can't see very much here. We'll pause till we get to the next monster. Hey, we're up to another stump now. And you seem to think there's a fish on this one. Thank you, Greg, for moving. What do we have here? Oops. It's just unbelievable the amount of fish. Ah, geez, Roland. Ah, jeez. Thank you. I needed a shower in my sweatsuit. For years, Bill would reach down in their mouths. You get them and they usually will open their mouth. They have little raky teeth and his hands would just stay chewed up. How come you didn't kill your motor? That's why he's upset. Oh, God. He's a big fat sucker, isn't he? Like a tuna. Golly. He only melted his mouth. Holy smokes. That must be a 40-pounder, huh? You say he's about 40? And then these guys wonder on Mondays why their backs hurt. Leaning over and lifting all that. It's not really dead weight, it's fighting weight, but yeah, get a shot of one there. Well, if they get any more fish, I guess I'll have to get out and swim back because I know the fish come before I do. You see, the sun is trying to burn through here. It's going to be a nice day once this fog burns off. Greg has to go to work at noon. See, it's already almost 9:30. I just came down this morning. I got up and ran by the grocery store and got down here about 8 o'clock. The sun was shining about 10 miles from here. The closer I got to the lake, the thicker the fog got.
Don't drain it in there now.
Other stump, we've already got 9 fish. I didn't film some of them. They were small. He let one go already. This one seems to be wrapped around the stump. I'll work them around a while. Oops, he got him off. Either just now pulled off? Did you know he just pulled off? So, lucky day for that fish. You can see it's, the fog is lifted, and you can see that there are houses and, whoops, let me come a little closer there, whoops. Houses out here. They're pretty. You can pick up any of the colors or not. The trees getting a little bit golden there. There's a pretty tree. Oops. You see that there on that point. Gorgeous kind of multicolored. Now we pull up to another stump. Greg seems to think there's a fish on it. As you can see, it's now, what, 9:41. Been out here over an hour. How many hooks did we have out altogether? Huh? How many hooks did you have out? Oh, a little water on the lens there. Just what we need is another fish. The boat is full. Greg, you're gonna fall in leaning over like that, son. Say what? Oh, is it an op? Oh, good. Good. This is a keeper for eating. I'll drop the camera in the lake. Well, I can't see there. He's got the line. He's putting his glove on here. He's going to do surgery. There's no rain in here. The boat's about to tip over. It isn't all? Sure looks blue to me from here. Oh, no, it's not. He has a gray color, but he really has yellow spots. I think that's why they call it a yellow spotted jet. The thing is, you gotta be careful, because sometimes they're not hooked all that well. When they start flipping around, they can get loose. Ah, he's a nice one. About how much you think he weighs? Oh, jeez. That bite, yellow and blue. Did the ops bark? Did they make that noise? No, it's just the blue cats. And when we're fishing with our fishing pole, the ones we catch that are the equivalent of the bullhead, they squeal too. They call those squealers, and they make that noise. Like I said, you can see we're coming to Did they? Oh, gee, we just backed into a stump. You see, Bill put his name on the back of his seat there, King Fisher. This is Prince Fisher. Getting closer, I guess, when I see the, it's really a pretty lake. They call it a lake. It's two rivers that merge together, as I understand, the Coosa and, what's that other river? What are these two rivers? Oh well, as usual, they're ignoring me.
Coosa.
I know the Coosa, but it merges with another river, doesn't it? Aren't there two rivers out here? They're running together. I don't know. They call this Lay Lake. And we're checking another hook here. We didn't have to go far to check this one. Do you have a fish? Or are you just tangled up? I guess he's just securing it again to bait it later. It's one of the many bass fishermen zooming by. Oh God, another fish. Whoever thought you'd get that? Is it not? Oh, another op. Well, how nice. We don't get a whole lot of these. We got more of these in Louisiana. What kind of weight you guess for him?
17,
15, 16? Oh, yes. Well, you can see the naked eye there. I don't know how it's going to come out on film. There's real yellow-green color to him. Yeah. You see their little...
grow up and get there.
Yeah, right. How many hooks did you say you had out? I couldn't hear you.
Turn his ass around. There you go. Get more gas now.
Another issue here with the hook.
God. You're better at doing that.
That's
than I
a...
am. I can't get it out.
Yeah, God, I can't find a place to put my feet for all these ugly fish. See, they have the whiskers. The whiskers, I guess, are just feelers. They don't hurt you. It's those fins that stick out on the side and the top of them that they can really sting you with. They say these aren't as bad. Those are the small ones when you're trying to get the small ones off your fishing pole. Oh, there we are again. And got another big one. See if we can get one there. Is it blue? Is it blue? Another op? That's hard to believe. See? I don't know where they're gonna put them, those fish. Last Sunday he got so many fish that he had to come back in before running all the hooks to tie some of them off.
Push down.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Captain Bill Kingfisher Dance?
What can I say?
Yeah, but how many hooks did you have out altogether?
52 hooks.
52 hooks. How many do we have left to go?
2.
2 more hooks. Okay, and then we can go back and have breakfast now that it's 10 o'clock in the morning. That's why I was munching on a cookie before we left.
Jeez.
Great. Are you filming me with my hair styled by the boat?
Yeah, these beers here are kind of hard to get. This one is one of these.
Well, I called these, I told them.
You got a lot of pictures of fish, but I said you film, I'll take some more time.
They were there.
They'll be back, I'll go back over there at 12 when the sun hits.
deck and what have you, they're down here every weekend. And that next trailer, the Laxburg, it was for sale for a while. And then that next one, they stayed down here a good bit too. But you can see how close we are to the water. That's the nicest thing about it. The dock was already here. Bill and Greg mounted that dusk to dawn light. And some other lights around here. Greg, get your butt out of the way. Well, so much for getting pictures here. Its rear ends. The trailer is not level. You see it kind of leans to the left. Good part about that is it keeps the front door closed whether you want it to or not. This camp over here is owned by a retired couple. It doesn't live too far from here. They come just once in a while. Let all their kids and grandkids use it. Lots of the people on here. Lots of people have these big party boats. I think this is what D. Ralph has, one of these. But good many of those out here. I guess they use them more in summer. I haven't seen anybody using this. This guy next door has a big bass rig and a small fishing boat in that boat too, and it's just he and his wife. Well, that golden arches here, that's what they sling the fish up over, tie them up to clean them. We may get some shots of that. Save my film here. Go in and eat. Whoops, this is 12 a.m. Whoops, that's the wrong date. We don't want that. We're back again. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, same day. Don't have the, it's 4:45, so don't have the date and time set on this, so you just have to take my word for it. Since you last joined us, we came back in and had breakfast, and about noon we took off, and how many fish did we catch, Dad? A lot of fish. They weren't real quick catching like they were yesterday, but we caught more than enough to rebait his 70 hooks, which is what I believe he has. Last night he only set out 52. Kind of panning. I don't know if you can see here. Get closer here. Across the cove over here is the marina where we buy our live bait. There's a restaurant over there, and of course a little convenience store. And that's where we launch our boat. And come back. He took all the fish that he caught, the great big catfish, and he cut a little slit under the bottom lip or whatever, and it's like having them on a leash. Here. Let's see if I can get this back off a little bit here. He's got them all tied to the pier. I expected to see the pier going across the cove at any time. Like I said, they won't be able to go anyplace. They'll stay alive and swim, but they're on a leash. So he decides what he's going to do with them. Yeah, there he is. Well, and he's not a happy camper. No. Okay, well, we have already, of the fish that we caught today, of the brim bait fish, we just tied out 40. So now we're going to go tie out some more. As you can see, the day turned off beautiful. The sun has shined. I could have sat in shorts. It was a little cool going across the water, but the sun got quite hot. It was too hot with the pants that I got on. But I survived. You can see Bill's in short sleeve shirt. Still very comfortable out here. Okay, we've come a little ways out here in the lake, and the fish that we caught today, the bait fish, are still alive. We keep them alive in the wash tub, change the water every so often to keep the oxygen level up. Also have the live well in the boat. There's fish splashing around in there. Right now, Bill's counting out the different fish. He has to keep count. He tries to tie out his hooks in sets of 10. So he knows whether he's missed one or not. We've had about 40 tied out in a basket out here in the lake, tied to a stump earlier. Those are the ones we've already tied out. Let's see if I can pan around here and see if there's anything. Let's see. Not much out here. Probably can pick up some of the colors of the leaves and get the sun. Across the lake. See some pretty trees over there. Yeah, we'll ride over and find us a stump to tie to. Well, Bill's discovering that some of his stumps are underwater. This body of water powers a power plant, and they draw water off them at different times of the day when they need it, as the demand for electricity is up. Of course, when they draw the water, the water level goes down. There are stumps that can be found that you won't find when the water's up. So, I'm not sure if he has anything tied to those or not. Okay, he's found his stump, and he already had a line tied to it. He didn't show him where you poked the fish. Well, how far to the next one here? Evidently not too far. He's going slow. Ah, I see a stump, piece of a stump here coming up. Oh, that's part of my problem. I'm too close. There we go.
Take him and I hook him.
There's a stump. Hold on. Where's the fish? Probably right in the sun there. The sun glaring off. Let's see, he hooked it in the back. He's still alive. He drops him down and he swims off. A great big catfish comes up, thinks he sees a live fish, which he does, doesn't know the hook's there, and cha-ching, you got your great big fish. Okay, we pulled up to this stump, and this is one, lift it up. This is one that was still baited from yesterday. Whoops, what you got, a piece of fishing line or something that was left there by somebody else's trot line or something. Pull it back up. I'm going to show you that you lift it up?
Hung.
Oh, it's hung. It wasn't a second ago. It's the bad thing. Oh, see, somebody had all kinds of string and stuff tied around. That's the bad thing. You never know what's on these stumps. Okay, he's got his weight. Where's the brim? The sun is glaring so off the water, it'll probably blind all of us here.
The brim is dead.
The brim is dead. Oh, okay. Well, the brim that was on it from yesterday has now died. The turtles sometimes peck at them. Sometimes, I guess, maybe because they're just in too shallow water.
I pulled the brim off because it was hung up.
All right. I'm just saying that sometimes they're dead. It was hung off. So we lost the brim there, but he has plenty more. Okay, we're at a stump. Now he's going to tie a line since all the others have been tied from yesterday. He just wraps them up around the weight and the hook. He unwraps them when he gets to a stump. Is that a slip knot? Huh? I think he said yes. Well, those were the tight. The more the fish pulls, the tighter it gets, I guess, or something. He's gonna reach in there and get him a live brim, hook them, and turn them loose. Feeling real good about catching the live fish. Isn't any trouble at all chasing them down. I guess that's the Indian in them. Oh, there's his butt. Not near as cute as Greg's. crane taking off over there. I was trying to catch her before it took off. There, he's going to land over there. Big birds. Probably wishing he had one of these fish. I'll have to catch his own. Well, it's now 5:45. We got all the hooks tied out. There's the sun setting. Doesn't seem like all that long ago it came up and burned off the fog. There it goes again. Temperature is dropping. It's far from cold, but it's a little cool. I probably wished I had my sweatshirt back on going across the water. Captain of the boat, still with us. We're heading to the camp. Today, it's about noon time. This is one of our drake ducks coming in to eat some bread and anything else he can find. I'm out here on the pier. Here's the, I guess, the mallard. I said you just come out here with bread and they come in and start eating. Bill's in the process of cleaning some of his fish. That's off here. I believe he's in the same clothes he wore yesterday. Still smoking a cigarette. When he gets this fish out here, it'll give a whole new meaning to fillet of fish at the Golden Arches. There are the Golden Arches.
Well, I have 2 of them down here that are hung up,
Yeah, so he's got them tied out here to our pier.
and I'm going to have to get them unhung up.
Yeah, get them on home. Absolutely gorgeous day again today. Matter of fact, I'm standing here in pants and a short sleeve shirt, and I wished I had shorts on. The sun is really warm. It never did rain last night. This weatherman was wrong. Changed it or something. The water's pretty calm. All I needed was my sweatshirt going across the water this morning, and it was kind of warm sitting still. But we'll be back when we get our fish out to clean. Well, he's just got one of those yellow spotted cats, and he's trying to weigh it. You can see it's still very much alive.
25.
25 pounds, it said. He weighed all of them yesterday. I think the biggest yesterday was 37 or 8. Of course, he thinks his scales are off. He knows they're heavier than that. That's because he's a fisherman. He thinks it's a male. I guess he'll know when he gets them cut open. He's going to sling the rope up over the Golden Arches there. Pull them up and get them in place. Okay, he's got them secure now. He's going to cut the tail. This will probably remind you of the turtle killing session in Cuba, where they cut them and bled them, except we're not going to drink a glass of blood. We'll leave that for the devil worshippers or somebody else. Let's see, you cut it. Move over here, not fall in the lake. It breaks that tail off and then it'll bleed. I heard like bleeding like a stuck hog. Well, I guess that's bleeding like a stuck catfish. Complete with the crunchy, see the blood squirting. That's why it's so good to have this place to clean them right here at the lake. All the blood can run in the lake when he's finished with the guts and all that stuff, and the heads and stuff. You can just go out and dump them in the lake, and the turtles will eat them. When we're home, of course, he usually dresses them at a lakeside, so he doesn't have to float. But even when you fillet them after you get them home, they could be able to scraps, and you have to find a place to get rid of them. I'm just going to let it sit there and drain for a few minutes. Okay, the fish is still very much alive. You notice his tail keeps wiggling. Dr. Ackley's going to make an incision there with his scalpel. And just sharpened his knife. He's already cleaned 2 or 3 fish. I met a neighbor, lives a couple camps down. They were real impressed with all this, and he just went away with a big hunk of fish. Bill got it dressed, the guy will have to let it chill and fillet it himself. And I think it's the cut. He cuts it down the back. Those things that he has in his hand are fish skinners. I guess you'd use those even if you're cleaning a bullhead. Because obviously these catfish have hides, not scales. And he starts pulling it off. One reason we prefer the yellow spotted cat to the blue is that the skin comes off a little easier, the hide. Bill says the blues are really a pain to clean. And so what's amazing is once the hide is pulled off this fish, they still squirm. I guess they're tough. Pause here until he gets to the next step because I'm getting low on film. Alright, the next step is to pull the fins out. And I think the tape is getting low. I don't know how much of this we'll get. He'll get the fins out and then he'll take the guts out. You can see the guts hanging out there. Kind of gross. Fish is still squirming a little. We had a visit from the, we call it police patrol. It wasn't wildlife and fisheries this morning, but it said Alabama police on the boat. Pulled up, just making sure our boat had the proper registration on it, I guess. And we're curious what we were doing. Evidently we were legal. He said, did we know that you can catch 50 brim a day? That's the limit. Well, that's no problem because as long as there's 2 of us, we can catch 100, which we quite often do. But that you could catch them in a pond and transport them here, which was totally illegal in Louisiana. You couldn't take them from one body of water to another. But evidently there's no limit on these big guys. When we told them that we usually let them go if we can't find a home for them or whatever, and he said, oh gosh, don't do that. He said, you could sell them. He said, what, without a commercial license? Well, yeah, you need one of those. He said. But I think they're like $15, so Bill may do that, just so he doesn't get in trouble if somebody wants to pay him for them. He had one in Louisiana, and it cost him $5, and he'd sell them in the rough, just out of the lake for one price, and then if he cleaned them to a certain point like this, he'd sell it for another fillet. Okay, Bill's got his garden hose down here. And we moved in the trailer. It didn't have an outside water faucet. We had a fellow put one of those in. Make sure that, like I said, he can hose his boat and he can keep a fresh supply of water down here at all times. See, the meat's nice and white. And once he takes that big section of meat off, you'll put it in an ice chest and put salt on it. The salt will further draw the blood out of it so it doesn't have a strong taste. He'll leave it on ice preferably 24 hours till it gets nice and firm, and then he starts filleting it. So don't have to fool with eating bones or anything.